It was 1 year ago today. Our colleague Ann Presley passed away after being brutally attacked in her home. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Manad. Pam's off tonight. The tragedy left a hole in our hearts and in the hearts of many Arkansans. Now, a year later, the man charged with her murder sits in jail. Heather Crawford takes a look back at the case and what's happened over the past year.
This crowd has been amazing this morning, from the little kids.
Her smile vibrant, her laugh contagious, her life cut short. It was last October 25th that Arkansas's beloved morning news anchor Ann Presley died.
It is with very heavy hearts that we tell you that our Ann Presley has died as a result of the injuries she suffered earlier this week.
Ann was just 26 years old with a bright future ahead. Her life took an unexpected turn October 20th. When she didn't answer an early morning wake-up call, her mother went to Ann's home in the Heights and found what she never imagined: her daughter badly beaten and unconscious. Ann was taken to the hospital where her friends and family waited anxiously to hear that she would recover. But 5 days later, at 7:07 in the evening, the Channel 7 newscaster was pronounced dead. The next day, flowers, candles, and notes lined the sidewalk in front of her home. Governor Mike Beebe said her death left virtually the entire state in mourning.
She was a personality that the whole state got to watch and see and know, and as a result of that, a lot of people felt a very close kinship, whether they ever met her or not.
Hundreds turned out for Ann's memorial service to celebrate her life. Meanwhile, her death made news around the country and around the world. With so many unanswered questions surrounding her untimely death, police continued their investigation, while the community was riveted with fear. Investigators had no motive and no suspect. Then, the night before Thanksgiving, a break in the case. Police said DNA found in Ann's home matched DNA collected after a Marianna teacher was raped in her home 6 months before Ann was attacked.
There is a major development tonight in the Ann Presley murder investigation. Little Rock police have scheduled a news conference that is set to begin in just moments.
Police held a press conference to announce they had a suspect, 28-year-old Curtis Vance of Marianna. They asked for the public's help to find him.
We did have forensics from the house. We did have matches on that. Yes, we have a very solid case against Mr. Vance.
Less than 2 hours later, Vance was found at a home just a few miles away from KATV. He was arrested on suspicion of murder and later taken to the Pulaski County Jail, where he was ordered to be held without bond.
I think and I hope that the investigation demonstrates the ability of the department, the cooperation that we have with other agencies, and our ability to act. And I hope it represents as well the reaction of the community that we're just not going to take it here.
Police would later say they believe the attack on Ann was a crime of opportunity and not related to her job as a TV news anchor and reporter. In January, formal charges were filed against Vance in connection to Ann's death: rape, burglary, theft, and capital murder, making him eligible for the death penalty. At a short hearing January 15th, Vance appeared before Pulaski County Circuit Judge Chris Piazza and pleaded not guilty to each of the charges. As he left the courtroom, he broke his silence. What do you want to say to Ann's family?
I'm sorry for her loss, but I didn't do it.
The judge set the trial for September 9th and later, at the defense's request, postponed it until November 2nd. Meantime, a warrant was issued out of Marianna for Vance for the rape of the teacher there. He would later plead not guilty to that charge. Back in Little Rock, the house where Ann was attacked, which had been sold, was demolished. Her friends gathered at the site and released pink balloons in the air in her memory. Over the next few months, Vance appeared in circuit court several times in connection to Ann's case. In September, his attorneys asked for all statements he made to investigators, as well as key DNA evidence, to be thrown out of court. During a 3-day pretrial hearing in October, recorded statements Vance made to police were played. Most testimony came from detectives who say Vance told them 3 different stories the night he was arrested. The final version, that he broke into Ann's home and used a tool he found behind her house to strike her in the head. On the last day of the hearing, Vance took the stand. He testified that during police interviews, he was just telling detectives what he thought they wanted to hear. However, Vance admitted he understood his rights before signing a waiver and talking to police. After ruling all statements and DNA can be used as evidence, Judge Piazza denied the defense's request for 8 to 10 more weeks to prepare for trial, saying it will start November 2nd as scheduled. In the meantime, Ann's family and friends continue to pray for justice. Heather Crawford, Channel 7 News.